the hedgehog snuffled along the garden path until he came to the dustbins, where he found a large bin liner smelling of delicious, week-old cabbage. Hello, hello, what is it?
Mrs. Troy.
Stephen.
Your instructing solicitor and the client are still waiting.
Yes.
They have been waiting for half an hour.
That's not so long.
I just thought you'd like me to let you know.
It's very inconvenient, clients interrupting me when I'm busy. Why can't I just see them in court 5 minutes before the case starts?
Yes, Mrs. Troy. Or possibly after the verdict.
Send them in, Stephen. I've lost my thread anyway.
Well, here it is.
Yes. You're quite the illustrated man, Mr. Taylor. You seem to have the summer exhibition hanging up there.
I've got quite an interesting one of a snake here, if you want to see it. Goes right round my body.
No, that's all right. I'm not really a collector. Oh, that's a nice one. Angie Forever. That's your wife, is it?
No, Cheryl. Me and Angie didn't host.
Oh. So Angie Forever really should have been Angie temporarily, should it?
A bit of a sparky brief, isn't she?
We hire her for a fire, Mr. Taylor.
Well, this is the one it's all about here, as you can see.
Yes, thank you. So, how did it get there?
Well, I'm a bit of a football fan, like a Hatters supporter.
Luton Town Football Club, Mrs. Troy.
Yes, Arthur, they do let me out every now and again.
Anyway, it was after the big match and we'd had a result, like.
You mean you won, don't you?
Yeah.
Because if you'd lost, you'd still have had a result. You just wouldn't have had a favourable one, would you?
Yeah. Well, we'd had this favourable result, like, and a few pints after. And it was around about 7 when I got to thinking I'd maybe get a bit of a tattoo done to celebrate the occasion. As you do when you're feeling cheerful.
Yes, no danger of you ever having one then, eh, Arthur?
So I go down the parlour and I tell the bloke what I want. I ask for a tattoo saying, "Up the Hatters." And he says, yeah, no problem, he can fix that. So off he goes. Only when he's finished and I come to look at it, he hasn't done "Up the Hatters." He's done what you can see there.
Yes, up your Harris.
As a sort of slang expression, Mrs. Troy, it means,
I
well...
know what it means.
Harris?
Aristotle.
Bottle?
Bottle and glass, yes.
Anyway, it's an awful thing to have on you, that, isn't it? I mean, it's hampering my activities, not to mention my mental distress.
Mr. Taylor wrestles semi-professionally, Mrs. Troy. He thus has frequent cause to remove his shirt.
Yes. Well, there's probably plenty to go for, then. There's negligence, assault, aggravated damages.
Well, that tattooist, he knew what I asked for, right? He done it deliberate.
Why did he do it deliberate? Why didn't he do it undeliberate?
I don't know. You must have took against me for some reason. But you're the Wigan loopholes, aren't you? It's up to you to find that out in the cross purposes.
Yes, but I am a barrister, Mr. Taylor, not a private detective. We advocate, we don't investigate.
Oh, well, he says you're the best brief for it. He says you specialise in this kind of case.
Oh, what kind of case is that?
Sort of case no one else wants.
Oh, I hope I'm not getting an ulcer.
Anything in particular you'd like me to do in court?
No, Susan, just watch my every move, hang on my every word, have a fast car waiting. What's that you're reading, Gerald? Looking for loopholes?
Just taking the comfort of the Old Testament, Sister Troy. No loopholes in here.
Just give me 5 minutes with it, I'll find plenty.
No doubt. I'm sure there's many a donkey, Mrs. Troy, who's gone lame, you having talked the hind leg off it.
Who's the judge, do you know?
Witticism Wallace again, I'm afraid. You've heard of alternative comedy? This is alternative judiciary. Shall we go? Come on. And what was the tattoo you asked for, Mr. Taylor?
Up the Hatters, ma'am.
And what was the tattoo you received?
Up your Harris, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor, will you keep a civil tongue in your head when addressing counsel in this court?
That was the tattoo, my lord.
What? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor, that is all.
Mr. Triggs.
Mr. Taylor, may I ask, in the course of an average week, say, how often you trouble to kneel down by your bedside and say your evening prayers?
What for? I'm not ill.
My lord, counsel as ever is back in the pulpit again. We'll be having his views on the ordination of women next.
I'd certainly like to hear his opinions on the appointment of female barristers, Mrs. Troy, but I agree with your objection. Restraint, please, Mr. Triggs.
So, Mr. Taylor, speaking to us as a non-prayer, what would you say your condition was when you entered Mr. Romford's tattoo emporium?
How do you mean condition? I mean, I'm pretty fit, like. I go down the gym 3 nights a week pumping.
Pumping? Pumping what?
Aye, my lord.
Are you some kind of blacksmith, Mr. Taylor?
No, weight training, Your Honour. I go weightlifting 3 nights a week. I get a lift down there.
Who gives you a lift down there?
No. I mean, I feel better for doing it. A buzz, that sort of lift.
Oh, I see. But go on, Mr. Triggs. It seems a bit like English as a foreign language here this morning.
And had you anything to drink at this time, Mr. Taylor? Anything alcoholic?
Yeah, I'd had a couple on account of we were celebrating getting a favourable result. So I'd had a couple of beers in the pub after, yeah. But nothing out of the ordinary.
I see. And how many exactly, Mr. Taylor, are there in a couple?
7 or 8.
Yes. A very happy couple too, I'm sure.
My lord, my client is not on trial here for his drinking habits, nor indeed on trial at all. If liking a drink was an offence, my lord, I respectfully submit that half the bench would be under the bench and the rest would be in the dock.
Yes, crank the handle, Mr. Triggs, if you would. Speed it up.
The point I wish to make, my lord, is that by the time Mr. Taylor had come to the frame of mind to want a tattoo, he was not only incoherent with his team having got a result, but he was also possibly inarticulate with alcohol. Were you, Mr. Taylor, inarticulate with alcohol?
No, I couldn't have said that. Not on 8 pints. That's just a cup of tea to me.
I see. So what was your reaction when you found that Mr. Romford had tattooed up your Harris on your chest?
Oh, I was so over the moon about it, I asked him to tattoo Cheeky on my backside.
Mr. Taylor, there are permissible witticisms in this court, and there is contempt. Just answer the question, please.
Well, I was upset about it, Your Honour, of course, as anyone would be.
Yes. So, did you attempt to strike Mr. Romford?
No, he did a runner. So I rang for the police. By the time they got there, he locked himself in the carsy.
The carsy. Ah, yes, the carsy, my lord, is a slang name for the lavatory.
I know what a carsy is, thank you, Mr. Triggs. I haven't spent my life just sitting up here.
No deal. No further questions.
You wish to re-examine on any points, Mrs. Troy?
Yes, my lord, I do.
Well, as we began late this morning, it may be as well to have an early lunch which will give us more of an afternoon. Now, if anyone is wondering where to eat, I can strongly recommend the tapas bar on the corner, Carambas, where Spanish delicacies and a jug of sangria can be obtained at very competitive prices. Adjourned until 2.
Portman rice. Mr. Taylor, it has been implied that because you had consumed some 8 pints of beer before visiting Mr. Romford's tattoo parlour, you were therefore the worse for drink. Is this so?
No, I've never been the worse for drink. Drink, to my mind, has always been a great improvement.
Now, Mr. Taylor, could you say up the hatters for me in an intoxicated voice?
Intoxicated? Up the hatters.
Up the hatters, my lord, you see? Up the hatters.
Up the hatter-ta-ta-ta. Yes, Mrs. Troy, very colloquial. Sort of thing Philip Larkin might have written.
And yet that wasn't what Mr. Romford tattooed on your chest, was it? No, he tattooed up your Harris. Not an accidental mishearing, but a considered act of sabotage. And now, has this tattoo made a difference to your professional career?
It has. I'm now subjected to humiliation and contumely in the ring, and have to wear a singlet to hide my shame.
And is this a problem to you at all?
Yes, it puts me at a disadvantage. My opponents grab hold of it and use it to hang me up in the corner. I feel like a bit of a duffel bag, Your Honour. And instead of being known as Dave the Disemboweler, I'm now known as Up Yours Dave.
And have you considered having this tattoo removed?
Yeah, but it's a difficult and expensive operation. And painful, so I'm a bit stuck with it, really.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor, that is all. My lord, I'd now like to call Mr. Taylor's tag team partner. Call Mr. Michael Kennedy.
Call Mick the Brick.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. God help us. God help you.
Mr. Kennedy, have we torn you away from an afternoon's tea dancing?
Oh, I work as a doorman down at the Stag and Chestnut on Wednesday, sir, and I'm going round there after the trial. I'm employed to keep the roughs out.
What a coincidence. I'm employed to put them in. Mrs. Troy?
Mr. Kennedy, could you tell us what relationship you have with Mr. Taylor?
Well, I don't have any relationship with them. We're happily married men. Oh, you must be thinking of George and Henry, Mum, the wrestlers that can't be parted.
No. Your professional relationship, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, I'm his tag wrestling partner.
Wrestling under the name of Mick the Brick.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Mr. Kennedy, before this tattooing incident, would you have described yours and Mr. Taylor's partnership as successful?
Yeah, very successful. Never lost a bout, bar one where we was robbed.
And has this success continued since Mr. Taylor's tattoo?
Nah, we become something of a laughing stock.
And have you lost work through this as well as reputation?
Yeah, a few months ago we were topping the bill. Now we're just small print. If it goes on like this, we'll soon be illegible.
No further.
Mr. Kennedy, are you a religious man?
Oh, my lord, dig deep. Counsel's coming round with the war cry again.
My lord, he did put his hand on the good book.
Yes, the question will be discounted, Mrs. Troy, but for curiosity's sake, we'll hear the answer. Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, I am a religious man, sir. I used to be a sinner once and associated with rough companions, but thankfully I was saved. And now on a Sunday I often go out on the highways and byways and I wrestle for Jesus, sir.
And do you get many converts that way, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah, several every week, sir. You get their arms up behind their backs and they very soon see the light.
What it is to have the gift of the gab.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, before you stand down, for my own personal interest, tell me, are these wrestling bouts actually fixed?
Your Honour, please. One may as well ask, are the British courts of justice fixed?
I see. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. I think you've cleared up that point. Mrs. Troy.
Oh, that concludes the case for the plaintiff, my lord.
Your pigeon, Mr. Tree.
I should like to call the defendant, Mr. George Romford.
Call Mr. George Pomford.
Romford. Here.
Thank you, Mr. Romford. I hadn't realised what great churchgoers and evangelists you tattooists were. I only wish we could have seen the young lady upon whom you tattooed the whole of the New Testament for ourselves. No further questions.
Mrs. Troy, do you wish to cross-examine?
Yes, I do, my lord. How many years have you been a professional tattooist, Mr. Romford?
What, in the skin trade? 20 years on and off.
Ah, and you can recall when the plaintiff, Mr. Taylor, came to your shop?
Oh, yeah. In view of the trouble he brought with him.
What tattoo did he ask for?
He chose some fancy scroll work for his chest, as I remember. And he wanted me to write "Up Your Harris" on it, in italics.
And you're sure that's what he said?
Definite.
Oh, I see. He asked for it definite, did he? I suppose he asked for it definite because he didn't happen to have an adverb on him at the time, which prevented him from asking for it definitely.
Mrs. Troy, could we have our grammar lesson another day? Allow us to swiftly move on, please.
To move swiftly on, my lord, split infinity. So, didn't you think this was a somewhat odd and curious request, asking for "Up Your Harris" so definite?
Well, I get a lot of people in asking for some very odd tattoos. Sometimes in a lot of very odd places.
What kind of places, Mr. Romford?
Often inaccessible ones, Your Honour.
And are you able to oblige them?
Well, I do my best to accommodate them, so yes. Although sometimes I do have to use the long handle.
There's nothing more fascinating than other people's occupations. Continue.
You always give people the tattoo they ask for, do you, Mr. Roth?
Well, I'm not in the business of putting myself out of work.
So you didn't ask Mr. Taylor why he should want such a strange tattoo, or go through the spelling of it with him?
No, I find usually it's best not to. I mean, you can't always reason with them, especially if they've had a few.
How long did it take for you to complete the tattoo?
About an hour and a half.
And during that time, what did Mr. Taylor talk about? Football, perhaps?
I don't remember.
Oh, really? So while you were giving him the needle, he didn't mention the match he'd been to that afternoon?
Well, he may have mentioned it, I don't know.
Ah, so he may have talked at length about the success of his team, Luton Town Football Club, the Hatters. But it never once occurred to you that what he wanted on his chest was "Up the Hatters" and not "Up Your Harris."
No, I was concentrating on the work in hand and couldn't afford to be distracted.
A matter of considerable importance has come up, Mrs. Troy, I'm afraid. We'll need to have a brief adjournment.
The court will rise.
What do you mean they towed it away? I left my spare wig on the dashboard.
I have the feeling that this could have all been a big mistake.
Most litigation usually is, Arthur, unless someone else is paying for it. You see, people think the law is a ass. It isn't. It's a banana skin. The ass is what you land on afterwards.
I still don't feel very well, Mrs. Troy. I hope I haven't got cirrhosis of the liver.
You don't drink, Arthur.
I did have a glass of sherry at Christmas. Perhaps I should cut down.
Where's the client gone?
To the gents, I think.
He's probably got full instructions tattooed on that as well.
Excuse me.
Well, someone's going to have to pay for it. It's not going to be me. You can come out of public funds.
What do you think, Susan? Would you trust him with your chest?
Trust him with a tea chest.
Do you see what Romford's got there?
Yes.
I think we've got him. Mr. Romford, as we returned to court just now after the adjournment, I observed you had a scarf in your pocket.
A scarf? Did I?
My lord, I fail to see the relevance of Mr. Romford's upper neck apparel. Surely there's nothing wrong with a muffler for the throat's sake.
So do I, but I trust Mrs. Troy will rapidly make the connection.
Yes, I will. Do you have the scarf with you?
Yes, in my pocket.
Maybe see it. Would you hold it up for the court? Thank you. Now, what kind of scarf is it, Mr. Romford?
It's wool.
Is it really? Why, and just for a moment there, I was thinking you'd made it out of a plank of wood.
Yes, you're being deliberately obtuse here, Mr. Rumford, because if you're not, I hope you're not trying to be clever.
Do the colours of the scarf represent anything, Mr. Romford?
They're a football club's colours.
Which football club?
Arsenal, the Gunners.
The Gunners, really? Are you a Gunners supporter?
Yeah, suppose so.
A very keen supporter. You're quite a regular, are you, down at Highbury?
Yeah, I suppose I am.
Do you have a season ticket?
Yeah, well, it's only a seasonal one, like.
You travel to all the matches?
Now and again.
Which, Mr. Romford? Now and again or again and again?
Well, I suppose I see most of them.
Ah, so you'd know who the Gunners were playing on the day that Mr. Taylor here received the fateful tattoo. Who were they playing, Mr. Romford?
Luton.
Luton? The Hatters? Who won?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? A man with his own seasonal season ticket who travels to all the matches and you don't remember whether your team won or lost?
Well, the Hatters maybe got it, I suppose, but it was only 1-0. And if the referee had decided to put his brains in that day, it might have been a lot different.
Yes, Mr. Romford, you was robbed, no doubt. How did you feel when your team had lost?
A bit disappointed.
Or was it bitterly disappointed, Mr. Romford, so that when Mr. Taylor came into your tattoo parlour, boasting how his team had won and asking for a tattoo to celebrate, this was all as so much salt and vinegar rubbed into your already tender chips?
Well, it might have cheesed me up a bit, yeah.
But why should it cheese you off, Mr. Romford, that Mr. Taylor should ask for a tattoo saying, "Up your Harris"? Your Harris isn't a football team, is it? If it's associated with any sport at all, it would be more in the realms of potholing. No, had he said "up the Hatters," that could understandably have cheesed you off, but you claim he didn't say that. So what did he say that made you so rancidly cheddared?
Well, I don't remember now.
No further questions?
Well, I don't remember.
You wish to re-examine Mr. Triggs?
I don't think so, noble lord, though I might have some quite devastating observations to make during my closing remarks. Perhaps. Some controversial points which might alter the entire nature of the case, my lord. Maybe.
Carry on then, Mr. Triggs.
I just can't quite find them at the moment, my lord.
So, Mr. Romford, angry and disappointed at his team having lost, looked for somewhere to vent his spleen. And it was upon Mr. Taylor that he vented it. Now, Mr. Taylor doesn't deny he had been celebrating that day. Yes, he does enjoy a game of football and a few pints on a Saturday afternoon, don't we all? I know I do.
Really, Mrs. Troy? I would have thought Wimbledon and strawberries much more your style.
Oh, a poor widow must take her pleasures where she can find them, my lord.
Yes, fair enough. Well, I'm glad that you're getting out a bit now, Mrs. Troy. It's a positive step, because we were all very sad when Mr. Troy so suddenly, weren't we, Mr. Triggs?
Yes, indeed, my lord, very sad. I think I can speak for us all when I say that the Lord giveth and the Lord... Very sad.
We were all very sad, Mrs. Troy, if I may say.
Thank you. Thank you all. You're all so very kind.
Yes, well, and continue, Mrs. Troy, if it's not too much.
My lord. Mr. Taylor, my lord, is no longer the man he once was. He is now like a wall vandalized by graffiti artists. Obscenities sprayed across his chest, the very door to himself defaced. What does his wife feel like when they go to bed at night, when perhaps seeking a matrimonial cuddle, she snuggles near, only to be greeted by the awful words, "Up your hand," striking her like a blow in the face? My lord, Mr. Taylor came here to seek justice. Please do not deny it to him.
Yeah.
And I think that in order for us to believe that Mr. Rumford would tattoo the words he did on a client, without question, without expressing interest, surprise, or curiosity, we would first have to believe that Mr. Rumford was a fool. And he is patently, to my mind, no such thing. I find, for the plaintiff, Mr. Taylor, damages to be assessed, I think, Mrs. Troy, like a little time on that.
Ah, here he comes. Dry white, how's that?
Thanks, tar. I'm a bit more used to a pint, really, but cheers.
You sure lime cordial is all you want, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah, much obliged, thanks, but I quit the drink when I saw the light. Wrestling's not like the law, you see. You have to keep your wits about you in wrestling. I suppose you lot more have to keep your writs about you, don't you?
You sure you don't want anything, Arthur?
No, thanks. I'll just have a Alka-Seltzer.
Too much last night, eh, Mr. Bryant? So, we won then. Cheers.
Yes, we did. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, what's your damage, by the way, Mrs. Troy?
Oh, don't worry. Romford pays your costs.
Oh, good. What, you get him to tattoo you a cheque, do you?
Bit of a Pyrrhic victory, though, isn't it?
Pyrrhic? Who's that, then? We haven't fought them, have we? The Pyrrhics?
He means you won, but at what cost? You've still got the tattoo.
Yeah, well, not exactly. Yes and no.
What do you mean? Not exactly.
I mean, I've still got it, but it doesn't say what it did. I had a bit more done to it somewhere else. Got it turned into a mermaid.
You did what?
Had it turned into a mermaid. You wouldn't recognise it now. It looks lovely. Do you want to see it?
Mr. Taylor.
Yeah?
Mr. Taylor, to assess the aggravated damages, Mr. Justice Wallace will want to see your chest.
Yeah?
To take another look at that awful tattoo that you are going to have to live with for the rest of your life, and for which he is going to award you a huge sum of money in compensation.
Yeah?
But your distress is no longer there, is it, Mr. Taylor? You haven't got an awful tattoo anymore, have you? In fact, now, your distress is your delight.
What do you mean? You mean I won't get anything?
To put it into the vernacular, Mr. Taylor, we was robbed.
We was robbed.
We was robbed. Definite.